but in my day, a female doctor was unheard of. Let me start from the beginning. My name is Elizabeth Blackwell, the first woman doctor in the world. I was born on February 3rd, 1821, in Bristol, England, as the third child to Hannah and Samuel Blackwell. My very handsome papa owned a successful sugar refining business. I adored my papa. He always encouraged me to create my own opportunities and to follow my heart. Once, when I was 6, I heard my aunt describe me as a difficult child because I was too strong-willed and independent for a girl. My papa replied, "In my mind, those are fine qualities for a girl." Papa believed there was no such thing as man's work. He thought that women were as smart and as capable as men, and that girls should be as well educated as boys. He knew I was destined to do great things, and I knew early on that I wanted to be a doctor. But this dream was going to be quite a challenge. Women were not allowed to become doctors or hold any other important position. Can you imagine? We could only work as house servants, in factories, in taverns, or on farms. If we were not very poor, women were expected to stay home and be ladies. For a long time, my papa's sugar business did very well. We had a wonderful life, with our large house in Bristol and a summer house in the country. Then, in the beginning of 1832, things changed. My family had financial troubles and were unable to pay the taxes. My entire family was kicked out of our home. So Papa made a decision. We were going to America. So on a bright August morning in 1832, we boarded the Cosmo to leave England on a 7-week journey to New York City. It was a living nightmare. Over 200 people crowded aboard the ship. The portholes leaked. Water soaked everything, and the wind chilled us to the bone. I was seasick for most of the voyage, but it was nothing compared to the outbreak of cholera in the passenger decks below us. Our captain still felt it was a good crossing, because not everyone got sick with cholera, and more than half of them were still alive. How can this be good? Why must it be this way? When I was 17, my papa passed away, so my sisters and I started a boarding school to help support the family. I was very busy, but every spare moment I had, I put towards my own studies and reading medical books. I visited many doctors. I asked questions and learned from anyone who would speak to a woman about medicine. Most, though, still tried to discourage me from becoming a doctor. They said no medical school would have me. I applied to one medical school after another. Finally, in October of 1847, I received a letter of acceptance from Geneva Medical College in New York State. I immediately packed my bags and boarded a train. When I arrived, I learned the hardest years were still to come. I had teachers who hated me and wouldn't even let me in their classrooms. Other students mocked, insulted, and threatened me. Do you think this stopped me? It only made me more determined, and I finished my studies and graduated with high honors. In the years that followed my graduation, I blazed new trails in medicine. I established a hospital and clinic called the New York Infirmary for Women and Children. I started a medical school for women and helped train nurses for duty in the Civil War. I taught other doctors and my patients the importance of cleanliness and proper diet. I call it preventative medicine. Even better than curing ills is seeing that ills do not happen in the first place. I wrote a shining chapter in the history of medicine and humanity. Thank you.